All right, Katie, I have a killer leg workout for you today, and I'm happy to say that we will be using our new resistance bands for today's workout. But we're going to start our leg day how we always do with 3 sets of 10 squats. Feel free to put whatever weight is most comfortable for you. This is just a warm up. After you do 3 sets of 10 squats with resting in between, go ahead and put those bands and get ready for the next set. Alrighty, for this next set, which is a tri-set, so 3 exercises back to back with little to no rest, we're going to put on the yellow resistance bands. I don't know if you have the same ones as me, but the one for me, the yellow one, it's the lightest resistance, so the least resistance. So I know on the paper and on this video it says 10 banded squats to the right. You're actually going to do 5 regular squats like I'm doing here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then after this one you're going to start stepping to the right. So 1 to the right, 2 to the right. So it's a little confusing. So you're going to do 5 regular banded squats and then step to each side, or step to the one side. After you finish 10 just stepping to one side, you're going to go ahead and take a quick breather, stretch out, because this is really going to burn your butt. Like I was so surprised at how much this burned. And okay, after you rest for a second, make sure you drink some water if needed. You're going to go ahead and go back up there. Going to do the same thing just on the opposite side. You're going to step to the opposite side, but you're going to start with the 5 squats again. So you'll see me here, I just do the 5 regular banded squats again. Just doing the squat with these bands are killer with that resistance band. And then after the 5, you're going to step the opposite direction. So now I'm stepping to the left, and then stepping to the left again. And after you do 5 of those, you're going to safely put that barbell back, stretch as much as you can, because again, your glutes will be crying. And yeah, after that, you're just going to go right into the 20 jump squats. And then after that, you're going to repeat this tri-set 2 more times. It's killer. All right, now for the 3rd set, which is a superset, we're going to be doing 10 Romanian deadlifts to pulsing squats. Now I am on platforms because I'm a little bit more flexible, so the weight goes a little past the ground. So I'm just on steppers here. So I'm going to go ahead and do a regular Romanian deadlift and go straight into a pulsing squat where I pick up the weight and squat 2 times. Little pulsing squats. 1, 2, back up and bend down and back up and squat. Really make sure on the squat your back is straight. On the deadlift there, your back is straight. You want to make sure you're fully extending before you go forward for that deadlift. Also make sure you're holding that weight nice and high when you're doing that squat. And also make sure there's a slight bend in your legs when you're doing that deadlift. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You're really going to feel these in your hamstrings and your butt and even your arms too, because you're holding that weight. Feel free to do whatever weight's comfortable. I think I used a 15 or a 20 pound kettlebell, so whatever works best for you. After that, you are going to go right to the next exercise, which is the 3-part hip ups. So you want to grab a heavy dumbbell. I have a 35-pound dumbbell, and we have done these before, so I'm not going to go too much in depth. Just really make sure your butt is close to that dumbbell. Make sure your hips are coming off. I'm almost kind of jumping off that weight there, but just make sure you're stable. Make sure you're fully extending that leg at the bottom and fully pulling it up at the top. You're going to do 10 on one leg and then 10 on the opposite leg. So I'm just going to speed things up here because I'm just going through all the motions here. Make sure your shoulder blades stay on the ground. Your head is rested against the ground as well. You don't want to strain your neck. You don't want to be looking up or anything. Make sure you're totally rested with your head. And then do 10 with your knees and feet together. So your legs should be close together. After that, repeat those exercises 2 more times. Okay, now for this tri-set, you're going to need a 10-pound dumbbell or whatever dumbbell, 10 to 15 pounds. It's just used for added weight, and we're going to do step-ups on a bench or a stepper, anything that's knee-high or higher. And the goal here is you want to keep your shoulders, knees, and toes in one line. Make sure you're not completely falling all of your weight to the ground. You just want to tap with your foot and shoot right back up to the top. This one's really going to target your quads. It's a really good exercise, and just having the dumbbell is just additional weight. And after you complete 10 of those, you are going to get on the ground and do donkey kicks and fire hydrants. Now, these are a little awkward, I do want to warn you, but just try your best. What you want to do is you want to put the dumbbell right behind your leg. Sorry, I guess my knee was bothering me, but you want to place that dumbbell right behind your leg like I did there. Clench it, and then just move your knee out and in, out and in. Keep that foot flexed. Make sure the foot is going straight up instead of behind you. Constantly keep that tension. Make sure both of your hands are placed on the ground. After 10 of those, without touching your knee to the ground, you're going to go straight to fire hydrants, where your knee just goes directly to the side. Again, make sure your knee does not touch the ground. Really use those butt muscles to complete the full 10 set. And after you finish that, your glutes will be crying. I could barely finish the set. You're going to go ahead and put that weight down, and you're going to switch to the other side. So we did the left leg before, and now we're going to the right leg. We're going to do those 10 step-ups, and then the donkey kicks, and then the fire hydrants. And make sure you rest in between and repeat those exercises 2 more times. And finally, this is kind of like a cool down, but a cool down that burns a lot. We're going to do some glute activation. I am using the medium resistance band. So there should be 3 resistance bands for you: hard, medium, and easy. This one's the medium. So what I'm doing, find something to hold on to. You're just going to do pulses each side. So I'm starting with my left leg. I believe I do 15 here. Try to do 15 or till failure. Just do as much as you can. After this leg day, after this workout, it's very, very difficult. So really try and do as many as you can, at least 10, okay? After you do that, go ahead and switch to the other side. You're gonna do the same thing. You don't want to slam your foot back to the ground. You want to make sure there's constant resistance. Keep it controlled. You actually don't even want to touch the ground. When your foot is going up and down, it should never touch the ground until you're finished with the set. And after doing 10 to 15, whatever you plan to do, again, try to go till failure. You're going to do kickbacks with the resistance band on. So you're just kicking backwards. Again, make sure your foot does not rest on the bottom. You want to keep that constant tension in your butt. Like literally watching this video, I feel like my butt's growing from doing these as I'm watching this. Just kidding. But you're going to really feel this in your butt. Really, it's really going to hurt, but it's going to feel super good. After you go till failure on that leg, you're just going to switch around to the other leg. Last set, you're not doing multiple of this. You're just doing all parts, like right side, left side, and then these kickbacks. And then you're just going to do one last little thing. You're not repeating this. You're just going to do one last little thing. Let's see, I'm almost done here. My butt is crying. Alrighty, after that, you're just gonna take a seat on a bench, wherever you can, and just do little pulses like this. Just knees out and in, out and in. Now, there is about 5 inches in between my legs, and my legs are never touching. So just out and in, out and in. Well, after you do that, you're done. I hope you enjoyed this workout. Bye.